Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Now look at all of these beautiful scans and screenshots of Resident Evil 2's remake recently released in a magazine in England. Now unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to go and get this myself due to various reasons, but somebody did get all of these scans and gave them to me as a personal gift. Now, I think this is incredibly amazing to do, and is a huge amount of support towards me, but not just me, but to you guys as well. And I'm talking about the RE community as a whole. This is from a hugely passionate fan that doesn't just want to give themselves self-promotion, but just wants to spread the word as much as possible, and I just want to give them a shout out. An incredibly large one. As I said, there's so much here as you can see, and if you do appreciate these images and you're already excited, then I would really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart if you would go check out his Twitter and go follow it. So I will leave a picture here, a link in the description, and I will also leave a pinned comment that will all lead to his Twitter, and I would really appreciate it if you'd give him a follow, as these kinds of information scans and things aren't easy to get a hold of, and as I said, they enhance everybody's perception, get everybody more excited about the game, and it would just be a little bit disrespectful to take all of this, get hyped about it, and then give nothing in return. So you guys will give me subs and views for this, but that's kind of, like I said, a bit of a shame if you just leave it at that. So I would really appreciate it if you would follow the advice and just click that link, click the follow button. Clearly you can see this is a resourceful person anyway, so if you do like the images, you found a resourceful person to give you some extremely good content, not from me, but from someone else. I'm just going to be providing some analysis over the video, as always, and some of my personal interpretations, but remember, this was not my work, so please do that. It would just mean a lot, and it would also be the most ethical thing to do, and it would just be a win-win for absolutely everybody. They get more followers for their hard work, you guys get absolutely more information and a good resourceful person to follow and get more news drops and information like this in the future. And hey, I get to give you guys my personal analysis and all of the beautiful comments such as these ones that I absolutely love. So without any further delay, let's just get into it as always anyway. First off, there's obviously a lot of content in this article that's just rehashes of things we already knew, but here is one of the new content drops that has been revealed. Ada herself will be playable, and of course many people already knew that if you played the original game, but for all the new fans, or maybe some of the old fans that were wondering, they have confirmed now officially that you will get to play as Ada later on. And considering her impact in the campaign is obviously much more extended, which was revealed in the story trailer, it does make me wonder how much we're going to get in an extended campaign length for Ada, or whether she might even have her own little extra campaign on top of the main game itself. Remember, Capcom did previously say they're gonna add an extra game mode in that should have a lot of retention and help people enjoy the game a hell of a lot more. It's a possibility this is one of those things, maybe not to be honest, but even if not, I'm sure with how much they're going all in with the writing and also the plot this time, that the entire Ada sections are going to be much more expansive and extended than the original ever was. Here we can see a short excerpt about Ben, and this one's a little bit confusing. If you read it, you can see how they mention Leon's A or B scenario and how the same demise is met with Ben's character. I think they may have been talking about the Resident Evil 2 original game from 1998 in that, but they do later on elaborate with that scene with its new emotive lighting and acting has more impact in the beautifully done remake. And as you can see, we have a small screenshot that does show what's going to happen. Now this one's kind of confusing with the A-B scenario and the lack of elaboration considering Capcom confirmed there will be no AB scenario. So as I said, the only conclusion I got here was they were kind of referencing the original game and then talking about how it's going to be redone in Resident Evil 2's remake. Now there is a short excerpt from the introduction of the article, and it's basically the producer Hirabayashi talking about why Resident Evil 2's remake is going to be one of the best experiences for the PlayStation 4. I do think this is some foreshadowing considering they talk about various other games in the article like Resident Evil 1, 3, 4, 5, and even 6. And I think they're foreshadowing again that all of these projects, well, Remake 1 already happened, but the rest of the project are also going to be remade too. Even Code Veronica was referenced in this article, which does seem a little bit strange considering it's completely out of context. I'll leave you guys to think about this one, but I do have some interesting content and videos to make about this one later on, as I have some very interesting informations that I've been given myself about this specific subject. Just let me know what you think about this one in the comments below before I do get to that video. I'll be interested in seeing what you all have to say. Ada's trench coat is teased further during the article. Now, it is interesting to wonder what is underneath that outfit, other than Ada being fully nude of course. But the actual implication here is she has a hell of a lot of firepower hidden underneath, almost like she's the mysterious stranger, which I've always wondered if Ada was the mysterious stranger from Resident Evil 4 helping Leon out. You know, could make sense. Faking a male accent, changing her appearance, and then wearing the same trench coat from Remake 2 that came out later on. Just roll with it, guys, just roll with it. On a serious note though, it is hinted at that we'll have to wait to see just what might be underneath or what Ada has to show. Here we have a very little excerpt for Sherry Birkin, and in it, it's confirmed that The Last of Us was definitely used as an inspiration for her character in this remake. Rather than making her annoying like the original game, you're going to be much more engaged and connected to her character, wanting to protect her and get her out of the danger that Raccoon City presents. It definitely confirms a lot of theories that I've said before, and if they are using The Last of Us as an inspiration, it would make sense that Sherry is playable as an independent character at times as well, due to the fact that this would enhance the lore greatly. It would give you a sense of vulnerability, much more compared to the other characters, and if you really think about it, you'll get the whole rainbow of cast here. I'm guessing Hunk will have access, for example, to close quarters combat moves and a much more elaborate firepower, Ada possibly too. Leon and Claire will be the middle ground of feeling a little bit defenseless, but also still being able to hold their own, and Sherry Birkin obviously won't have access to anything and will have to use complete evasion, stealth, and guerrilla tactics to get through the environment, just like Ellie did in The Last of Us. A lot of the rest of the article is just fluffery to enhance the entire magazine's release, but it does give you an idea of how beautifully aesthetic Raccoon City is going to look in the RE engine, and just how amazing all of the environments are going to pleasure us. I always make some kind of weird sexual pun that's not intended or joke in my videos. I don't know why this keeps coming out. God damn it. God damn it. It's Jeff's influence. I swear to God. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this. A lot of the other screenshots are just rehashes of information we already know or that we could already guess. So not much of it is exactly interesting. I've shown the key parts here and my own personal opinions on them, but the article is actually extremely large, which makes me think that Capcom very soon is going to go, as I said before, into full gear very soon, especially considering it's coming up to Christmas, and this would be the best point to get as many pre-orders in as possible as everybody wants to buy gifts in December. More money is spent in December in these kinds of contexts than the other 11 months combined, and Capcom is fully aware of this, hence their January release date, and that is a very smart move. And this is why I think we're starting to see NHK footage, articles that are talking about Ada being playable, Sherry having the Last of Us inspiration, and things like that. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. I'm just really hyped and excited, to be honest. I might not sound like it because I'm really tired when I'm making this video. I just had to get it out there for you guys, because after reading through all of these screenshots, I was like, oh my gosh, Capcom is absolutely ready to go all in. They're pretty much gonna show all of their hands, and I'm expecting some huge content drops that make this article look tiny and measly in comparison very soon, just in December, and then hopefully we'll all get a demo. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, a share, and a subscribe, as this really does help my channel grow. And also remember to give the guy that provided all of the screenshots a follow as well, as that would be very duly greatly appreciated. I just hope you're having a beautiful day. As always guys, take it easy and peace.